Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.eliances.com.
All right. Well, we always have so much going on. I can't wait to introduce our next hero who's doing so much for the community. And again, make sure you continue to go and stay tuned on our show. And of course, make sure you go to Eliances.com, Eliances.com, because we have coming up that's going to be airing soon is when I interviewed the co-founder of Netflix. Also, stay tuned because what's coming up is the Oscar-winning producer, Michael Sugar, who has been and produced Spotlight movie, Rendition, and more. So let's get started with our next hero. All right, he is the CEO of Honor Health Foundation, Jared Langkilde, and can be reached at give.honorhealth.com. Help us understand, because not everybody understands what a foundation is.
Excellent. Thank you so much, David, for having us on the show today as well. Foundations are a critical part of community healthcare systems, and in ours, donors have an opportunity to have a direct impact on the quality of care available in their own communities. And we've really benefited from that during this COVID pandemic.
Yeah, talk to us more about that, because has it gotten more of a challenge of trying to raise money when you can't actually have physical events?
Yeah, fundraising is really built on a premise of relationships, and that comes through interacting with people. So we've definitely had to put an emphasis on raising funds and connecting with people virtually, like you and I are doing for the show. So it's had an impact on it, but the donors and our community members have continued to be extremely generous. And in fact, they've donated over $2 million in the last 2 months to help us with our COVID response.
Now, you've got a very critical role with what you're doing. I mean, you are the CEO of Honor Health Foundation. I can only imagine if something happens and you have to go to the hospital, they're like, okay, all teams on, we got to make sure he's all right. So with that, though, is how do you bring together everyone? Because when you have the turnouts, I was fortunate. I came to your last gala and that, which was absolutely amazing, incredible turnout in that. But trying to get people there, that takes a lot of work.
Yeah, we're very fortunate with Honor Health because they've placed an emphasis. They're trying to do something, David, that no other healthcare system has been able to achieve. And that is to offer personalized healthcare for every person that comes in our door. So the healthcare universe is centered around you. And that's how we also try to do our fundraising. And we really want to learn what inspires and motivates each and every donor. And then we try to do our very best to facilitate that and make it as easy as possible for anyone to support the organization in a way that's important to him or her. And the last gala that we had, the Honor Ball, did that. In fact, we generated over $1 million for our heart and vascular services, as well as our Virginia G. Piper Cancer Center, and our brand new state-of-the-art, one of a kind in the world neuroscience institute, which is under construction right now at our Osborne campus.
Absolutely amazing.
Nothing like it, but that's going to really help us address within our community ALS, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia. And they're crafting the facility to include the entire family and to be able to do some outreach to the community and teach people how to eat and live and be healthy. So some great things happening.
How did you achieve the role of being the CEO of Honor Health Foundation, which, by the way, again, Jared can be reached at give.honorhealth.com?
I've been in the role for about 2 years, and I've been doing fundraising for about 25 years. I don't think there's a fundraiser in the world that wakes up one day and says, oh, I want to be a fundraiser. No one goes to college to be a fundraiser. Got my start in community and government relations, being involved in my community, and really kind of taking failure off the table with respect to wanting to make the world a better place. And really that happens, I think, at the end of the day, the thing that's going to be most valuable to us are the relationships that we have and the good that we accomplished during our lifetimes.
Well, excellent. Well, we're also doing good on the Eliances Hero Show. Why? Because we have the opportunity to interview you with me, David Kogan, host of the Eliances Hero Show. So make sure you go to Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com, the only place where entrepreneurs align. And we have with us Jared Langkilde. He is the CEO of Honor Health Foundation and can be reached at give.honorhealth.com. And you've said you've been in this role for a couple of years. How do you see the future in regards to Honor Health Foundation and things evolving?
Well, I think the real sung heroes, yes, we're fundraisers, but it's really the frontline healthcare workers, the nurses and the physicians that are on the front lines today. And, the donors are right there with them because they help facilitate a lot of good to happen in our community that just wouldn't happen otherwise. I mentioned earlier about $2 million that has come in, and that money has gone towards UV robots to help sanitize rooms using ultraviolet light. We've got the largest fleet of those anywhere in Arizona. Those robots, David, run $125,000 a piece. And we have over 33 of them that have been donated to our organization.
Do they go in the rooms and
Yeah, it's an R2D2 looking device that then rolls in after we've sanitized the room, and it just emits intense beams for 4.5 minutes of xenon light. And that penetrates the membrane wall of all viruses and bacteria, including, imagine this, for Ebola. I mean, all of them, and it just eliminates using light. And then it leaves the room smelling like a fresh ozone smell, and it's done in 4.5 minutes and just touches any spot that the house cleaning crew might have missed. And then UV pods to help sterilize crutches, oxygen tanks, or any material that people may bring with them. And then infrared fever scanner, so no one has to touch you when taking your temperature before admitting into the hospital. And then we've got some donors, David, that have done some just incredible things with respect to food. We've had over 100 local restaurants step up and donate food for the frontline care workers, and as well as a donor that made a contribution just to help provide meals for families of Honor Health employees. Over 94,000 meals are being provided, just because if you've worked a 12-hour day and you have the fortunate capability of going home, having to cook a meal for the family can be a burden at times, and this person just wanted to make it easier. And we have some nurses and doctors that elect to not go home for fear of spreading the virus, and so they've been sheltered, and if you will, in certain hotel rooms and being able to keep themselves distant from their family members as they're performing this service.
Absolutely amazing. What are some of the secrets you could share with parents to be able to help motivate and encourage the youth?
Start early and start often. Volunteer alongside with them. There's a lot of organizations in our town, in our city, and in causes across the country that need more people involved. And oftentimes telling people to go do isn't quite enough. It's going and doing with them, particularly children, that really makes it a meaningful and memorable experience. And I think if we do that early and often, they'll continue to do that throughout their lifetimes.
Well, Jared, you and the Honor Health Foundation help patients have better outcomes in healthcare, and you provide for those who want to give back and also help to leave a legacy. You know what? That's a hero. Jared Langkilde, CEO of Honor Health Foundation. Make sure you go to give.honorhealth.com.